Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you beautiful people doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's go live. Let's go live. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. We'll go straight into our theme song as we start our show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned His grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side. That's right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767 YT Kubuli, tall is her body. The Commonwealth of Dominica, you call me what? You call me what? Little Boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Hope everyone's doing fine tonight. As we get ready for the show, I'm double checking. You can watch me live on my business page, Bardui Financial Services, or you can also go look at me on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, a plethora of places. So what we're going to do, just wait till after the show, we'll make it public. We'll make it public. How are you beautiful people doing? Hope everyone's doing fine this evening. I have a great show in store for you, and I hope that you tune in. Tonight, it's a great topic. It's a great topic. 3 types of retirement strategies, and I'm going to share that with you tonight. I'm so excited for those of you who are watching and those of you who will be watching. We're going to take a quick look here. Let's see. Let's make it, let's look and see. what I'm going to do actually is get some people to watch it as they tune in. They can see me live. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with some people so that they can be part of the live stream. So, good evening, beautiful people. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I'm so excited about this show tonight. I'm just trying to set it up and pass it along to some people right now so they can take a look at it live, and hopefully they'll tune in like some of you have done tonight. I'm so excited for that. I want to say tune in now, tune in now. And I'll send it to a couple of people and see if they tune in. They may tune in, they may not tune in. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to say tune in. I'm going to say tune in now. I'm going to say tune in now. And that's it's time. Let's put tune in. Tune in now. I'm going to send it to one more person. And then we will see if they tune in. Let's see. I'm going to say tune in now. Tune in now. Anyways, good afternoon, beautiful people. How are you doing? Let's see if I can find out who's watching tonight. Let's see. People are starting to come in slowly but surely. As they're coming in, I'll get excited for that. And I just want to thank you for tuning in to Tuesdays with Terrence. I want to say good evening to Mr. Alvin Vassar. Good to see you, young man. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're ready for my show tonight. And whoever else will be watching tonight, get ready for the show so that we can see you watching live. So we're going to put it on so people can actually see it. And we can start with Tuesdays with Terrence. So welcome to everyone. Welcome to another Tuesdays with Terrence. I'm so excited that you've decided to tune in tonight and be part of the broadcast. You know, I'm really excited. And the reason I'm really excited, why? It's because the title of my show, 3 Retirement Strategies. And, you know, sometimes people feel and they worry about what's going on in life. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take a look and see what's happening. Let's see what's happening in the markets today. Some of you are taking a beating, and I hope that you are not going crazy. Let's see what's happening in the markets right now. Today was yesterday was down. The Dow Jones was up 135.60 today. The Nasdaq was up 94.98, and the S&P was 26.62. And so some of you made some money today. I'm really excited about that. But the important thing is simply this, guys. The important thing is simply this. You need to know how to structure your funds or your money where it's not taxed. Tonight, we're going to talk about some of these concepts. We'll talk about tax deferral. We'll talk about tax free, or AKA tax advantage, you know, and it's something that you need to know for yourself so that you can do the right things as well. So for those of you who are watching, welcome to the show. If you say hello to me, I'll give you a shout out. If you don't say hello to me while we're live, I can't shout you out. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome again to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. And some people call me Mr. Bardui. And if you're from the 767 Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica, a.k.a. La Point Michelle, you call me little boy or local boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. You know, I just played my theme song. I may jam it again just so you guys can hear. For those of you who didn't hear my theme song, let's just play a little bit of it and we'll start The Roots of My Rise. Let's go. Let's get it. Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island
Mountain breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person
make it stronger.
I'll be.
Make it higher.
Boston raised me with its hustle and grind.
Yeah.
City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining and dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
That's right. The roots to my rise, man. I played it twice for you tonight, so there's no reason why you should say you don't know it. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. I have a great show, 3 types of retirement strategies for you tonight. I'm going to be talking about those, and I hope that you do that. Anyways, guys, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm actually getting a text from a client right now, back and forth, to and fro, and basically I'm trying to explain to them what they're not doing. And this is actually one of my best clients. Is my A1 client as well. But it's one of those things you gotta do it slowly but surely, slowly but surely. All right, let's take a quick look of what's going on. So tonight I'm going to talk about 3 types of retirement strategies, and I recommend you write these down. Now, these strategies are for people in North America, and not North America, I should actually say. It's for people everywhere. However, I can only help people in the continental United States. In the continental United States. It doesn't matter where you are in the continental United States. I'll be able to assist you with this. So there's 3 types of strategies that you need to write down. Strategy number 1. You see, before I get into number 1, a lot of people think I'm a life insurance agent. I am a life insurance agent. But one of the things I do is I make sure I explain to you how you can structure it to do a plethora of things, a plethora of things. And some of you know it, some of you don't know it, some of you understand it, some of you don't understand it. And what I'm trying to explain to you is life insurance is not something that you just use so that when you die, someone can bury you. In the past week, two people personally lost loved ones. One of them, um, I knew the deceased and the widow, now widow, and the other one, the sister of the deceased, I know personally. A couple of the sisters I know. And I want to make sure that you don't think about life insurance as something that you use for when someone dies and someone gets money. You can use it like the wealthy does. Use it to create wealth. Use it for wealth building strategies, generational wealth that you can pass on from one generation to another. And this is the issue I have with people of color, people who look like us, brown, brown skinned people, dark and brown skinned people. Sometimes we don't get it, and we don't understand it's paramount that we change the way we think. And some of us are refusing to change the way we think. And because we're refusing to change the way we think, it's like we end up being in the same situation. I have clients who've done excellent in using these strategies. They've done very, very well. Some people are limited due to income, budget, health, but they've put some stuff in place. And tonight, I hope that some of you share this with some of the young people, because I have a client. When he first became my client, he was 29, but now he's about 30. Good evening, Miss Cavell Scott. Good to see you. And I think she's 30 and 31 this year. And young people need to understand and learn these strategies. Use life insurance as a wealth building tool. A wealth building tool. And I'm telling you, folks, if you're not doing that, you're missing the boat. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some of you want to go into stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, Bitcoin, all that stuff. Hey, if that's what floats your boat, sure. But there are some people who like guarantees. And I'll tell you one thing. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. All the other things I talked about a moment ago, they're not guaranteed. They're not. So one of the things, let's look at strategy number one. Strategy number one. You need a retirement supplement. You're like, what's that? I'll give you an example. For example, people who are 65 and over, right? They have Medicare A and B, and then they get a supplement. It's private insurance or a private fee-for-service or Medicare Advantage, a PPO, HMO, HSA, to cover what Medicare does not cover, because Medicare only covers 80%, right? So as someone's working in the field doing whatever it is that they're doing, especially if you're young, you need to learn some of these strategies. And tonight I'm going to give you 3 of these strategies that you can use. And it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, it's actually better because you have a longer horizon. For those of you who are a little older, 50s and 60s, you may have to be a little more aggressive, but you can still use the concept. And as a matter of fact, the concept can still be used because we all have a termination date. But tonight, we're not talking about termination dates. We're talking about, creating wealth strategies. So if you have family in the United States or you live in the United States, whether you have young people or those who are still in college or got out of school or they have a job now, they have a corporate job, a retirement supplement that protects you from taxes is paramount. You're like, what? What do you mean? Well, everybody has to pay taxes. True. You pay sales taxes. You pay taxes when you buy a home, property taxes, in the store, gas tax, all kinds of income tax, inheritance tax. There's a plethora of taxes that you got to pay. Well, the wealthy have learned how to master that. And some of you say, well, the 1%ers, they're getting all the breaks. True. I'm not going to deny that. But why can't you use some of the strategies that some of the 1%ers are using? So step number 1, a retirement supplement that protects you from taxes and grows tax advantage. And An example can be a Roth IRA. A lot of you talk about, you heard about IRAs and Roth IRAs. Well, I'm not against IRAs or Roth IRAs. But guess what? But there is something that's better. It's like a Roth IRA on steroids. And it's legal, yo. It's legal. So you see, you're capped in what you can put in. And if you're in your 50s or 60s, the government allows you a little more, but you're still capped. Put about 18 grand. That's all you can max in. Some people may be able to put 24. But if you're a high income earner, you're making 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 grand a year, even 2, or even 150, or even 100 grand. My point is, there are people who are making 6 figures and living paycheck. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to the savers and the planners and those who have a budget and those who are willing to change. And I'm even talking to people who are not making that income. You can use that strategy I just talked about in step number 1, a Roth IRA on steroids. You can call it a rich person's Roth IRA. Now, you're like, what is that? What's a rich person's Roth IRA? Well, we call it an IUL. An IUL stands for an Index Universal Life Policy. What it is, it's an life insurance policy that can protect your legacy, but you're not using it for death benefit. Yeah, there's a death benefit if you die, but we don't want you to die. We want you to be 120 or more, or whatever it is that you plan on living to, right? And this insurance policy can protect your legacy, but it also can help you compound and grow your money that is tax advantage without locking it up until you're 59 and a half. Remember, the Roth IRA, if you go take funds from that Roth IRA before you're 59 and a half, you have to pay a 10% IRS penalty. Well, why would you do that when you don't have to? People do that all the time. Why would you do that? And I'm saying to people all the time, listen, I have a couple of appointments, one on Friday and one on Monday with some high income earners. And I'm going to drill that down their throat. Now, it's their choice. One's in Massachusetts and one's in Virginia. I'm going to drill it down their throat. And the reason I'm going to drill it down their throat is because they're making so much money and they're savers. And those kinds of people need to understand different strategies that you can use. And again, you're not locking up your money until you're age 59 and a half. And it's protected from market loss. I don't care if you have a 401k, a 403b, or 457, a TSP. I don't care what you have. Those accounts are invested in the stock market, right? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Some of you, I think the president's trying to sign a law or made an executive order. Pretty soon you might be able to put your 401k in a 403b or 457 TSP in crypto, Bitcoin, all that stuff. But you know what? There are some people who think about, I want to protect what I have. And those people are the people that I'm talking to. Those are the people I'm talking to. I need them to understand, listen, folks, you can protect what you have. And for those of you who don't know that, if you contact me and my team, we'd be more than happy to structure something for you that will help you. And we'll show you some illustrations and how you can work it, how you can get it to work, how you can make it work the best for you. It's really, really important that you do that, all right? It's really, really, really important that you do that. Now, secondly, I just give you number 1. So step number 1, I said to you was 3 strategies you need to use, right? A retirement supplement. You need a retirement supplement. You need something to supplement your Social Security or your 401k or 403b or 457 or TSP. Most companies don't give pensions anymore. They have defined contribution plans. There's no more defined benefit plans. Back in the day, your parents or your grandparents may have had a defined benefit plan, but they don't do that anymore. It's all defined contribution plans. That's why, and some companies match up to a certain percent. I know some companies match 10, 15%. But guess what? Some companies match 3 or 4%, and some of them are contributing. I know people right now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you are deferring taxes. Take the money that they're giving you. Take the free money that they're giving you, right? Take it. And the rest of it, you need to put it in the right strategy that allows you to grow tax advantage without ever losing a penny. You participate in the gains of the market and you're not in the market. So I do have a young man who's doing that. At 29, he started dropping $2,000 a month. He's a little entrepreneur. I'm so proud of him. And, you know, he wants to retire by 50, and he can with a 6-figure tax-free income. And that doesn't include when he gets to be Social Security age, attending Social Security every year. And whether he lives here or in wherever he plans to retire, you know, it would be nice if you have a 6-figure income. Most people don't. The average Social Security check is not even $2,000, I think. Probably like $1,800 to $1,900. The average, because remember, think about everybody combined. So what are you doing that you can change the strategies that you're using to affect your retirement? So again, a retirement supplement is what you need that protects you from taxes and grows tax advantaged. And an example, like your Roth IRA, it's going to be like a Roth IRA in steroids. Be like the wealthy. Use the strategies that the wealthies are using, the wealthy people are using. Man, don't be like everybody else. And let me tell you something. There are people who will not listen to what I say because they think I'm just running my mouth. Folks, these are proven strategies, and the wealthy, they're doing it every day. And the average Joe, the average Jane, the average person can also do that. So that's retirement plan number one, strategy number one, right? Number two, and I hope you're writing that down. Number two, you need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life. You see, Social Security is an income for the rest of your life, right? A pension is an income for the rest of your life. Your 401k, 403b, 457 TSPs, and so on are not a guaranteed income for the rest of your life. You have a lump sum of money that you've saved over a period of time. And think about it. Saving it over a period of time, right? What it did was it just deferred taxes. So I was talking to someone and their retirement is about $850,000. But you don't have $850,000. Based on your tax bracket, 25 to 35% of that, 28 to 40% of that belongs to Uncle Sam. It belongs to Uncle Sam. So there are ways you can actually still give Uncle Sam what he gets when you're supposed to give it to him and still make it stretch with a guaranteed lifetime income. So you need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you cannot run out of money ever. You know, it's like a pension, like I said, or like an annuity. You're like, what's an annuity? All annuity is, it's a product, right? It's a contract between an individual and an insurance company that promises to pay an income you can never outlive. Man, this is paramount. And this is, if everyone took my advice and started doing this, this world would be a better place. I'm proud of all of you for what you've done. I just think you can do better with some of these strategies that I'm sharing with you tonight, because some of you are not aware of some of these strategies. All right? You're not aware of it. All right. Moving right along. I'm saying to you, so you can get a guaranteed lifetime income, right? Like an annuity. What we call a fixed indexed annuity. To be specific, a fixed index annuity. And what that does is you participate in the gains of the market, but you are not in the market, and you can never, ever lose a penny. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Folks, what it allows you to do, it allows you to roll over your 401k, your IRAs, your 403bs, your 457s, your TSPs, etc., and protect them from market loss. Too many people, the reason why there's stuff like like one of my friends called me today, they want to check their 401k in the market at Fidelity. And today they made a little money, but yesterday they lost some money. My clients don't worry about that. Like I said, I just got a text from a client I was just talking to today in Texas, who've done a great job, by the way. I believe it's one of those things that's different, and most people don't understand that. Most people don't understand that. So what I'm saying to you here is you can take that, protect it from market losses, and turn them into guaranteed income for the rest of your life to live on, so that you don't ever run out of money. You ever go to Walmart, or you ever go to, some stores, and you see, Costco's, the guy who checks you in, or at Walmart, they check in your bag. Well, hello, welcome to Walmart. Those people are there not because they want to talk to people. They're there to supplement their income, because some of these people did not do the right thing. And I don't blame them, because they did not know about these strategies. They did not know about these retirement strategies. And guess what? You're only as good as what you know. Some of you, your parents never made as much money as you're making now. Some of you, your parents don't have half the education that you have. However, are you using these concepts to educate yourself and change the trajectory of your retirement? I think it's paramount, folks. Listen to me. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So I wish I had money to do this. I wish I had money to do that. You could, but think about when you retire. What are you going to do? A second career? Some of you are good at cooking. You can open a little restaurant, a little bakery. Some of you are good at hair. You're going to do some hair. And some of you just want to travel and enjoy. Well, for those of you who want to do that, what better way to do it tax-free? Because you plan ahead by using these strategies. These strategies are being used by the wealthy every day. The funny thing about it is, and sometimes people say, well, I don't live in America. True. And if you don't live in America, I think there's things you can still do where you're at. You need to do some research. Because why is it that we research the pocketbook, the cologne, the makeup, the concerts, all the things that we're interested in? We research them online. We Google them. We chat GPT them. We ask people, hey, you hear about such and such? But when it comes to our financial future, a lot of us are just lackadaisical, because I don't want to say don't know. Some of us don't want to investigate. I've been doing this for a long time, but for the last 5.5 years, I've been educating people on these strategies, tax advantage strategies that doesn't cost you more than what you're spending right now. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know about that. Yes, you do. You do. We make time for our vacations, cruises. I just saw last night, some people posted on TikTok, Facebook. I guess Chris Brown was in Boston, and they had a big concert going on. I see so many people there. That's fine. If that's what you do, I'm not here to judge you. I don't do those. But wouldn't it be nice if you could be funding those things tax-free, because you have the right strategies in place. So step number 2, again, you need a retirement strategy. You need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you cannot never run out of it. Never. And guess what? If the market goes up, you participate in the gains of the market. The market goes down, you stay there. And whatever money you make, it's locked in. You can never go below what. That's why you hear me say sometimes zero is the hero. Zero is the hero. And man, I know some people who know what I do and don't inquire, and that's okay. And sometimes it's incumbent on me to tell them more. But guess what? I don't know nothing about medicine. I'm not a nurse. I don't know how to cut hair. I don't know how to do anything that some of you do. But guess what? I know this. I know it's a proven strategy. I know the wealthy people are using it all the time. You know, I know the wealthy people are using it all the time. And I know it's something that you can do. So those are two strategies that I've given you. The first one I said was a retirement supplement that protects you from taxes and gross tax advantage. All right. And number two, you need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you can never run out of money. Some people run out of money, and that's why they are where they are. And some of them didn't know, but there's no reason for you not to know today. All right. Now, thirdly, number three, you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market loss or market losses. Your 401k, your 457, your TOP, and all of that stuff, is not, all of that stuff is not, so a lot of that stuff is not protected. A lot of that stuff is not protected. So you want to use a strategy that's protected. A strategy that's protected. And you can do it. You can do it. And I'm saying to you, number three is you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market losses. The next time the market crashes, you don't have to do anything. Or some people are worried. If you notice, right now there's a big war between the president and the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Bank is the central bank that's nonpartisan, that's supposed to keep us on the up and up in terms of inflation, interest rates, and so forth and so on. But sometimes life happens. Remember the 20s, the stock market crash, 1987, Black Monday, market crashed. It was worse than the Great Depression. 2008, remember that crisis? Some people lost a lot of money. But none of my clients who were practicing some of these strategies that I'm talking about ever lost a penny. And there are some people who like to speculate, and I don't have a problem with that. You can speculate, but this should be a percentage of your money that you should not speculate with. I have clients, 100% of their money is guaranteed. Zero speculation. I admire those people. But there are some people who want to speculate, and that's okay. They want to take a little risk. They're risk adverse, man. And that's okay too, because the greater the risk, the greater the return may be. And the greater the risk, the greater the loss as well. So step number three is you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market losses. The next time the market crashes, you don't lose anything. So again, an example could be, I just talked about the IUL, the Index Universal Life, right? Or the FIA, the Fixed Indexed Annuity. All right. And it's one of those things that people sometimes don't know about. They're scared to ask about. And that's why I'm here to educate you on that. And I'm talking about guarantees, folks, from A-rated companies, A-plus companies. The companies that I represent are all financially solid, financially sound with great reserves. So I always tell people, I am not the one backing your retirement. It's not me. I have the knowledge. I'm an agent for these companies. And what, as a licensed financial pro, I can write it up for you and protect it for you. But those companies are solid, all over 100 years old. You want a company that's been through the thick and thin. I don't care if it was the Spanish flu, the Great Depression, Black Monday, 2008. There's a company right now who's trying to recruit me to sell some of their products, and they've only been around for 25 years. That's not a long time. It doesn't mean that that company's not okay, but it's not as solid as the companies that I'm talking about with these strategies. Folks, it's incumbent on you to change how you look at the strategies that you have in place. You know, there comes a time in your life where you got to get ready to protect what you have. Now, you might say, well, how do we do that? Well, my team and I are more than happy to show you. I won't show you on this because I'll have to ask you personal questions. I'd have to ask you questions and everybody knows your business. So what you do, you get on my calendar, you schedule, an appointment, an initial consultation. Let's talk for 15 minutes and see where you are. And then we can do another appointment, create some illustrations, some hypotheticals, and look at where it is. Like right now, I'm working on some hypotheticals for a client of mine that I spoke with last night. They have a substantial amount of retirement money. And that's beautiful. But that individual could lose all of that if the market crashes, or a lot of it. I'm the safe money guy. And my job is to make sure I protect it for my clients. And I take great pride in that. Great pride. Folks, as a licensed financial pro, I don't believe any of my clients, especially those who are approaching retirement, should take any kind of risk. For some of you young folks in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you want to speculate. Yeah, but if you're 60, man, you got 5 years or less, or some of you 7 years or 10 years or less to retire. Some people go to 70. My point is protect that. If you want to play, after you protect all of what you have, you can play with the new contributions because it's minimal. I remember my dad when he was alive, I will give you guys this story. I remember one year I flew up to Boston and I was in a hardship and I needed some money. And I said, Dad, I want to borrow X amount. It's like a couple thousand. I had something going on and I needed that money ASAP. So first of all, my dad says, you got money somewhere because you flew up here. I don't know how I finagled the money. I probably got a cheap flight, from the South. It was probably like $59 to fly up, but that's neither here or there. But my father says, and I had just gone to the bank to help him get his passport, renew his passport, his U.S. passport. And I saw one of his accounts, and one of his accounts had over 30 grand in it. He had another one too. And you're putting your dad's business out. I'm talking about my dad is deceased. But my point is, he said, I don't have it, but I'll give you $200. And I didn't take the $200 because of my pride. I wanted more. My point is, but he protected what he had. He saved, and it was his prerogative. The same thing can happen with you. There comes a time in your life, and at the time when that happened, my dad died at 91. At the time, my dad was probably in his 70s when that happened. I don't remember exactly. It was 2008, I think it was. 7 or 8 or 9, I don't remember. Probably 2008. But my point I'm trying to make here is this. He had protected what he had, and he was his right. And the same thing I'm telling you guys. All of you who have 401ks, 403bs, 457s, TSPs, 401as, IRAs, Fidelity, and Vanguard and this company and that Empower and all these different companies. Some of you no longer work for some of these companies, and your money is still there. Why? Why? They have no vested interest in you. Have control of your retirement, protected from losses. You can access every year some of it until you're really retired and you have access to all of it. But why use all of it? If you go use all of it, you might be at Walmart saying, "Hi, welcome to Walmart," right? So you can access some of it as you feel you need it strategically, and then go on these trips. I see you all going to Dubai and the Caribbean and Greece and France and London and Thailand and Vietnam and Hawaii and, staying at 5 stars and all the wonderful things you guys are doing. Mexico, Central America, you guys going to Belize and Costa Rica. I see some of you guys going to Colombia, Argentina. You're going all over the place. But guess what? If you follow the strategies that I'm talking about, you'll be able to fund that lifestyle tax-free. Folks, a lot of my clients have done that, and I applaud them. There are some people who haven't done it because they don't know if they want to do it. They don't know why they should do it. They don't know if they should do it. And I'm like, come on, man. Use the strategies the wealthy use. I didn't say you're a 1%er. Some of you have more money than you know you have. Some of you, for pennies on the dollar, can start something. It may not be as lucrative as others, but do what you can. Do what you can so that you can make the right decisions for you and your family. Listen, folks, these strategies have been around for a long time. A lot of wealthy families have used them, and my job is to introduce them to you. So you need three types of retirement strategies. One, you need a retirement supplement that protects you from taxes and gross tax advantage, right? Two, you need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you cannot outlive. And three, you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market losses. Folks, some of you, when you started working, you didn't even know how a 401k actually works. Now you come out of college, what do you know about financial literacy? As a matter of fact, some of you have advanced degrees and you know nothing about financial literacy. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying financial literacy is not taught in schools. I believe it should be taught from kindergarten on. And every kindergarten and every elementary school and middle school and high school should have some form of a credit union to teach how to save and to teach how to budget. And whenever you have a dollar, back in the day, you don't buy all the sweeties that you can. You don't. You save it and you make sure you use it appropriately when the time is right. So tonight, I told you about this young client I had at 29. He's dropping $2,000 every month into his retirement plan. I'm so proud of him. But it doesn't have to be $2,000 for you. It may be $1,000, maybe 500, maybe 250. You may need to start with $100. But whatever it is that you can afford, you need to have these three strategies in your portfolio. And your stocks, bonds, crypto, Bitcoin, real estate investing, do here and all these different, you can do all that stuff. But make sure you have the right And some of you, the problem is not that you can't do it. The problem is you're not aware of how to go about. And I'm here. Me and my team are here to show you how to structure it. Like I said, I'm working on this case for someone right now. I started it today. I'm looking at numbers and I'm trying to tell them, man, listen, you cannot be taking those risks. You've worked too hard. You've worked too hard. You have almost $1 million. I want to see that million last as long as you live, bro, and use it as you want to, when you want to, with no risk of losing a penny, with guarantees and also guaranteed incomes. And one of the things I didn't talk about, I talked about the IUL, right? The Index Universal Life. I didn't even talk about the living benefits component of that. Because you have guarantees of a guaranteed lifetime income that you can never outlive. You never have to pay taxes if you structure it properly. And you the way you access the money, if you do it properly, you don't have to. And guess what? You have living benefits. You know how many people are sick? I just told you one of my friends up in Massachusetts just died from stage 4 lung cancer. Sad. But I don't think they had living benefits. And it's not that they didn't know what I did. I don't know if we hadn't connected in decades. I don't know if they had it when we first reconnected. But I've been talking about this and telling people about it. So people see my posts. It's so funny. People see my funny posts or when I post family and stuff. Everybody sees that. But nobody, comments on the financial literacy part. And that's okay. You all see it. And you don't have to comment. Because your conscience is your guide. Your conscience is your guide. Your conscience is your guide. So my job is to educate, pontificate, so that you can eradicate the conditions that you're in. As a licensed financial pro, I take great pride in it. And I wish more people will listen to me. But in time, you see, a prophet is not welcome in his own land, but he still has to give prophecy. And I don't want to be prophetic here like it's religious stuff. I'm talking about just financial stuff. I want to see, for all of you who've worked so hard, protect what you have. And some people, I understand, you don't feel comfortable talking to me because you know me. You don't really know what you have. That's fine. I have business partners I can put you in touch with so that you're protected. Folks, don't let too late be your cry. Don't. And I know some of you have family and friends, whether you're watching from a different country, who live here. Some of you are watching from this country, you have family and friends who needs these strategies. Some of you have already done it, and I applaud you. But it's paramount that you change your financial future with these 3 strategies. So as we close, again, 3 types of retirement strategies that you need. Everyone needs it. 1 is a retirement supplement that protects you from taxes and grows tax advantage. 2, you need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you can never outlive. And step number 3, you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market loss. And I can help you with all 3 strategies. I've been helping people. I will continue to help people with these strategies. And I believe, folks, you can do it. All you got to do is contact me. You know how to contact me through a DM, a phone call, Instagram, YouTube, a messenger, WhatsApp, a regular call, a regular text, or if you know me personally, just talk. Yo, can you tell me more about these concepts, man? Listen, it doesn't cost you anything to listen more and to go into more detail. And I believe when you do that, you will change the trajectory of your retirement. My name is H. Terrence Bardoui. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I talk about these strategies for people in the continental United States. However, I know people in Canada and other places who have taken some of my advice and do what they can do where they are. But I can only help you here in the continental United States. I'm a licensed financial pro and I'm ready for the fray. So here we go. As we close, make sure you share this video with someone who may need my help. Folks, we can do it, but I need your help. And again, if you choose not to, it's okay. I won't be mad at you. It's your prerogative. It's your right. It's your life. But it's my job to help you make the right decisions. And remember, those 3 strategies are paramount in your life. And you've got to have living benefits as well, because life happens. And when it happens, you got to be prepared. Here we go. Good night, everybody. I'll struggle along for you. Here we go.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Good night, everybody. Like and share if you like what you heard tonight. These 3 strategies, I can give you more information if you choose to. I'd be happy to help you. Until next time, God bless you. My name is H. Terrence Bardoui. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. Peace. Out. Good night, everybody. Hasta la vista, babies. Peace.